Now, this is attack, and this is what you see throughout the whole world, but you cannot see Christian people openly attacking anybody. I don't care if they Asian people hiding over in caves to serve the Lord, and they got the same deal. You know what I'm saying? Just like black people in this country. Because as you look at it, we historically, we have been the only ones that have been murdered for the name of Jesus, over the name of Jesus, just like all these other people. So black people in America, we understand, you know what I'm saying? We have been terrorized over our love of Jesus Christ. We've been murdered for our love of Jesus Christ. So if anybody understands black people in this country, we understand and we care and we have a heart because we went through stuff like this.
Raise a voice to the fact that in every single Muslim country in the world, without exception, Christians are being persecuted. In Qatar, for instance, Christians live as second-class citizens. They don't have the same rights as Muslims. In Iran, Christians don't have the same right as Muslim citizens. In Saudi Arabia, Christians don't have the same right as Muslim citizens. In Pakistan, Christians bombed Christians.
And this is not even Nigeria we're talking about. Worldwide, you know what I'm saying? The persecution, the condemning of Christians. Why? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Besides from living on rules that these people could never follow, why do they think that we're weak? Why do they? Okay, now look over here in America. Black people believe in a multitude of a lot of different things. And it's no way in hell that our Muslim brothers would want to kill us in the name of Allah. All my Muslim people that's in my family members that do not carry the faith that I carry would never try to pick up a gun and unalive Jehoshaphat Israel for what they believe in. The congregation, the population of black people who live here in this country that believe in Islam would never get together and try to condemn black Christians. That would never happen. Now, why is this happening in Nigeria? You know what I'm saying? Why is this happening in Nigeria? You got the same people. The black Muslims are my people. You know what I'm saying? We have the same blood. You know what I'm saying? Those my kinfolk. You know what I'm saying? Just like you in this country. Why have they never waged war against us? Because they understand that we are they people and they would never want to do us like that. The Islam that they believe in ain't never Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? Look at Malcolm X. What he believed in ain't never caused him to go out and murder and kill nobody. You know what I'm saying? So can you call this a war over religion? Or can you just call this a struggle for power? Somebody being evil, a group that's being evil, a radical group that's being evil, that want power and control.
9 Christian children, 19 Christian women, and 15 Christian men brutally slaughtered by an ISIS group who has claimed responsibility inside of a church where it was a planned attack. They knew that they would come to meet there, and they met them there with machetes and firearms. When you hear the word machetes, you understand that beheading probably also went on. They were going to worship Jesus, and they were met by an ISIS-backed group. Eyewitnesses describing the scenes as complete and utter chaos and terrorism, just a complete massacre. It was in Africa. It was a smaller church in a smaller town in Africa. It's been said that there were people running into the main roads and they were being hunted like dogs and unalived while running and fleeing for their lives and they say that the 43 bodies were scattered all around the church property, all the way up into the roads. And not only that, they even kidnapped a bunch of the girls and the children. And Lord knows what they are going to do with them.
Now, why we can't see this as just evil men? You know what I'm saying? Why they want to put their religion, okay, you can put your religion in it and say that's the reason, but then you're still a bandit. That's what you acting like. You know what I'm saying? If we was on the 7 seas and a pirate ship ran up on another pirate ship and it was jacking, that's what this would be like. You know what I'm saying? I would still see this as a form of a war because you're persecuting a group that's not defending themselves. Can't defend themselves like that for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? That was a whole family of people. And you, with your belief, would come through and massacre them people with no just cause. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they were sitting up in that church building bombs. It wasn't like they were sitting up here making up plans to execute unalive people in their area. They didn't do nothing like that. They were just serving and worshiping on the Lord.
Media will not cover for you. It's caskets of Christians are loaded into mass graves in Nigeria. Muslim Islamists have killed over 100,000 Christians since 2009. They burned over 18,000 churches. If you want to roll that, I think it's is it cut 8? Is the B-roll there? I don't know if we still have it, but it's brutal. 7,000 Christians killed in 2025 alone. It's an average of 32 per day. Over 100 churches destroyed monthly. More than 15 million Christians displaced since 2009. At least 600 clergy kidnapped. The killers are jihadist factions like Boko Haram, who are absolutely off the chart crazy. Fulani militants, ISWAP. These people just continue to target these people, and they have there's no support.
Now, that's the one thing that the Nigerians in this country is going to have to understand. They're going to have to protect themselves. Okay, when the UN and all these other different groups come in and give them weaponry, they're going to have to pick that weaponry up and fight. You know what I'm saying? We already have a natural enemy. If their belief was good, remember, Jesus ain't calling us forth out in the world to conquer nobody. You can only use that over power and control. Look at the after the Renaissance and the Crusades. That's all they did. You know what I'm saying? That's all they did. You know what I'm saying? Is take territory, take cities, take weapons. And now, as you see them, you know what I'm saying? They took the spoils of war when they went to the Christian groups, the black Nigerians, and they took their daughters and they took their sons. That's a form of a war because they're taking the spoils of war, massacring and slaughtering them people once more again with no just cause. Now, when America steps up or any other country with this weaponry, they're going to have to train and they're going to have to be willing to fight. They're going to have to fight, you know what I'm saying? Or they can't live. They can't live there. Just like they said, they've been migrating a little bit. Okay, that's one thing, to migrate. But you seen what the earlier guy said. There will never be any peace in Palestine. There will never be any peace in their faith. They will always want to be conquerors and conquer other people and assimilate them. And if they're not willing to assimilate, meaning believe in what they believe in, they're willing to unalive them.
Pastor, call out the religion of Islam.
I'm showing them right now about the increase of another great monotheism that has taken over all of the East, has taken over all of England. It's starting to take over American cities. I read to them in the text, if you did your homework, where it said during the tribulation period, Christians will be beheaded for the witness of Christ. There's only one type of militia, one type of religion that takes joy in beheading other people. It's why they're the fastest growing religion on the planet. And while we play in church and playing conferences and not paying attention, I was showing my children from social media and the scriptures together how right now we see all the pieces aligning all over the earth, God preparing the world for the coming of the Son.
And this is simply the truth. When you look at the world today, you see countless reports of Christian persecution time and time again. The more strict country is in following Quran and Sharia law, the more likely there is for Christian persecution.